Okay, so I'm the worst girl guide slash scout ever because I didn't read the instructions properly. I've wandered around for about 45 minutes before realising that I've been passing the place I'm going to this entire time. I was looking for a bookshop, not a church, so that was a bit of a throw around. But otherwise, I'm just sitting here. I'm currently reading Apple and Knife by Itan Paramitha. I am so sorry, that is so butchered, but I haven't heard their name spoken before, so I can't even find someone else to tell me how to pronounce it correctly. Sorry, there was a guy that just cycled past and I just felt like so awkward. So I'm currently just waiting on my friend Brie to turn up before we go see another Brie launch her book tonight. I'm so excited.
It's easy to sort of sound if you're speaking in, I'm just going to change my chair a bit so that people on the side. It's easy to sound as if you're speaking in, overly superlative language, but there's really not enough that can be said about the enormous power of this book that Brie's written. Before I get into that and introducing Brie, I'd just like to also echo Chris's thoughts that we are here on Warranty Land and Sunset Stolen, of course, and also ask people, as we're talking about some of the issues that come up in this book, to consider as well about how much more difficult, even than it already is, that the justice system is for Aboriginal women in this country, because of the legacy of colonisation and theft and ongoing racism. Having said that, I would like to invite you all please to give a big round of applause and welcome to Brie Lee. But the work that she's produced here is going to be life-changing for many, many people in this country, but also hopefully will really go that step towards challenging people's minds who perhaps don't think that this is relevant to them or who are even standing in opposition. So it's such an incredible thing that you've done here. Thank you so much, Brie. Brie's going to open with a short passage from the book, and then we'll commence the conversation. Thank you. Thank you. She hasn't brought her own book.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. When you share something like this, it just really means a lot to me to have so many people here caring for this thing. So thank you very much. The passage I'm about to read just comes from the end of chapter 1. Let me just find it. I should have done that before. This chapter is basically my first day and week as a judge's associate in the Queensland District Court, which was my first job out of law school. That afternoon, all of the new associates got taken on a short tour of the cells under the building. It was cold down there, and everything seemed large, but it wasn't shiny like upstairs. Cement instead of marble, grey bars instead of chrome arches. At the end of the tour, the security officer asked us if we had any questions, and some asked if all the temporary holding cells had filled up after the G20 protests. The government had panicked about it. Not even close, the officer said with a laugh. I raised my hand next. I read in a newspaper article yesterday that said the prisons at Wakeholm are too full and we need more facilities. Is that true? It's not a problem of not enough space at the correctional facilities, he said, shaking his head. It's that we're sending too many people to jail for too long. The longer they're in, the less likely they are to ever truly get out. And it's expensive to keep them incarcerated, and it's pretty awful for them too. We all nodded as though we, the children from the top of the tower, could ever come close to understanding that dungeon. Back up on level 13, I looked out over Brisbane, bathed in hot yellow sunlight, and thought about how all the people in the top levels were university-educated, white-collar overachievers. Far beneath us, 15 stories down, under the ground, near where the cars were parked, we kept the criminals. We even kept the alleged criminals down there, away from the sun. My career in the clouds was built on the misfortune and misconduct of the people way below. The chrome impossible without the concrete. I made $50,000 my first year out of university, and I made it from a system that was funded by necessity because people kept doing awful things to each other. From the window where I stood, I saw a group of Indigenous Australians gathering in Rome Street parkland, laughing and sharing food. Following years of invasion and genocide, Australia's First Nations people made up 3% of our population, but almost a third of our prison population identified as Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander. According to the President of the Queensland Law Society, not a single district or Supreme Court judge identified as Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander. When I turned from the window, I noticed that most of the walls had artworks hung, accompanied by plaques and explanations, and many pieces were by Indigenous Australian artists. The court's building struck me as a freakishly physical manifestation of Australia's social dichotomy. Way up there, we liked looking as though we liked acknowledgement. We liked the words we could copy and paste to the beginnings of speeches, the box we could tick at the beginning of events to show we cared before we went ahead and didn't. We made large corporate orders to absurdly expensive florists to match our acquisitions of acknowledgement, and those paintings sat silently beside the lilies, well behaved, where we could keep an eye on them. For the first few days of work, I thought that view from level 13 was beautiful. On one side of the building, out through judges' windows, we saw the river and the hills, and on the other, near the elevators, a glinting expanse of modern infrastructure. It only took a couple of weeks for me to turn from the windows. After enough trials and sentences, I realized I was looking out over a constellation of crime scenes. Spots that seemed tiny from way up there were locations chosen through significance or circumstance for rapes and bashings. It became hard for me to look at all the ant-sized people bustling to and fro and keep my mind from wandering between them, wondering which ones were criminals, which ones were the victims, and which ones might be any day now. It seemed impossible that many people would go through that city or along that river or through those mountains, lucky enough to be neither. Perhaps this was because I knew at the end of the day, when I was walking home among them again, I wasn't one of the lucky untouched.
This book is ostensibly about the year that Bree spent working as a Judges Associate in Queensland, during which time we had the great misfortune, really, compared to the other associates, of seeming to have to deal with the large majority of child sex exploitation cases, sexual assaults, rapes, etc., etc. And it really gave you a terrible insight into the human condition. Can you just explain for anyone who isn't familiar with the legal maxim of eggshell skull what that means?
Yeah, so eggshell skull is a legal maxim that stands for the idea that you must take your victim as you find them. So if person A strikes person B on the head and person B dies, person A is not allowed to say that person B wasn't strong enough, that they weren't as strong as a regular human being. It's basically the idea that we are responsible for the entirety of the ramifications of our actions. And at the heart of it, I became really obsessed with the concept of how victims were chosen and how defendants make choices about their offending. And also, as I started to decide to deal with what had happened to me and when I made a complaint, I wondered if it was possible to turn that maxim, which was so much about victims being weak and helpless, on its head, and I wondered what would happen if a defendant had to also take their victim as they found them, which was strong and not willing to act.
And knowledgeable about the legal system as well, which is kind of a really good place to start, particularly based on seeing what you read before, which comes from the introduction, the sense that you have a system of power that is prosecuted and dictated really by people who have power and privilege, most of whom, the large majority of whom, are people who are men, who have gender privilege, people who are white, who also have racial privilege.
So people who are wealthy, who have immense class privilege.
And educational privilege, etc. And so it's interesting to kind of think about that in terms of taking your victim, quote unquote, as you find them, in terms of how the legal system itself, in seeking justice for sex crimes or sexual assault crimes, is predisposed, it seems, against those who are perceived by society to be weak in some way, whether or not that's weak in terms of physical ability, but also weak in terms of reliability and believability. So can you speak a little bit about that and to that in terms of what you witnessed through that year?
Yeah, so a real problem is that the courts, the way we have them in Australia, we brought over at the point of invasion with us, come from the UK system. We're not built to hear the complaints of women and children. And how that manifests these days is that what hear when they're in the courtroom, which is also informed by like sort of CSI type shows, is they expect like air quotes real evidence, and what we expect to be able to hear in order to overcome that level of reasonable doubt is things like CCTV footage and DNA evidence and physical injuries that can be sort of photographed and documented. This idea that there is objective evidence as distinct from subjective evidence, because of course a complainant's testimony is evidence. And it just automatically means that women who are offended against, who are almost always offended against in a domestic setting, without the use of a weapon, are just on the back foot from the very beginning. The courts, the way they are run now, were not set up to hear their complaints.
Okay, so I'm not even on the tram home yet. I've already started reading. I'm so excited to read this. It's just absolutely incredible. I got to meet Bree Lee just after and thank her for all that she's hopefully started to do for Australia and the law and how we see the justice system. So it's incredible and I can't wait to finish. Oh, there's my tram. Okay, bye-bye, because I don't want to talk to you in front of strangers who will think I'm a little bit weird. Well, I am weird, but you know. So, Eggshell Skull is an incredible insight into Australian law, especially in terms of sexual assault, child sexual assault, historical sexual assault, from both sides being in the legal system and having to use the legal system. Sorry, Atlas has started this new thing where he likes licking paint. In other hands, this would just be a horrific tale of how our justice system fails, where the gaps are, and the fact that we are doing nothing about it. Instead, Lee is using her skills and her delicacy in this situation to bring empathy into both the courtroom and into raising awareness of systemic issues that are there. I will admit it is a tough read. It is very personal, it is very heart-wrenching, and while it is exceptionally well written and does not dramatise for effect or give out details just to be edgy or whatever other bullcrap, it is a very, very difficult read. I have had to tell some friends that are survivors themselves, and knowing them personally and where they are in their own process, that it is not the time for them to read it. On the other hand, I want this in every judge's office, in every lawyer's office, and I want every juror to read this book before they go in, before they decide a verdict, and understand what the legal system actually means, what Eggshell Skull actually means, what reasonable doubt means, and what it means to a person's life on both ends, to really get an insight as to where our justice system fails, where it compromises on itself, where it uses loopholes, such as the idea of passing on jurors because they're women, and women are more likely to render a guilty verdict in a sexual assault charge. Also how women have asked to step down because they can't for their own reasons, and I completely agree with them if that's what they need to do for themselves, but how women who would actually understand have to step back and not be on these cases. So we're getting a majority of men voting about a situation that is ultimately there because of men and their ideas of entitlement. It is a very beautiful and inspiring book. Lee is such an incredible, strong woman and can only inspire people to, whether they are in this line of work or somewhere else, to stand up, to look at it where they are properly through empathetic eyes and see what is actually around them. Alright. So I'm going to skip a little bit of it so it doesn't give it away. While this is a memoir and usually not something I would say you need spoilers for, where he does build suspense and take you on a journey that I think you need to discover for yourself and be there with her throughout it. So I won't be giving away how the book does end, but I will read an extract from the last page. What do you do in the months and years that follow? You cry, and when you're done crying, you wipe your eyes and slap your cheeks, and you get angry, and you get to work. That is what Lee has done here, and it is absolutely incredible. Please, please go and buy this book. I have done a review on Goodreads, and some additional trigger warnings are there, so please do check that out if you need those for yourself. But an exceptional piece of work from debut Australian author, and I can't wait to see further work from her.